All right, so here is Mr. Ganlading. He has been almost 100 videos and vlogs, which really inspired me to make videos, including this video. That also, I remember those days, those days that we started to talk about videos, making videos about
Yeah.
unboxing therapy while we're still working in the same company. We are like a neighbor next each
Mm.
other. So the first thing I'm quite curious, I would also want the audience to know about your name.
Okay.
Ganlading. Where is it come from?
So the name, okay, it basically started around 2008. So it's like the first time using Facebook. Then, because my friend came over to my house, okay, then they wanted to do something with like a game on Facebook. So back then, the games on Facebook, you usually have people send you stuff, okay, maybe get some power ups or get some, I don't know, some in-game items. So you need your friends to actually click on the link to send you the thing. So I don't know what to put as the Facebook name. Then I just put my surname and put Ladeng. Okay. Then that is basically how the name got born. Then I just stick with the name, never change it. So I just use it and just sign up for YouTube accounts, Instagram accounts,
Wow.
business accounts also. Yeah, so that is how the name just keep on stick. It has a stickiness. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
But I find it quite interesting though, because remember those days we work with the social media, but they never ban your name.
I'm
Interesting.
not sure because yeah, I'm not sure. Mm.
Hmm.
I also don't know.
Wow. I wish I have a nickname right now
Yeah,
because
but then got a problem
yeah,
because
yeah.
I studied few years, okay, 2 years in the US. Then in the US, for especially Facebook, they have something called Facebook Pay, so you can link your debit card account, your credit card, your bank account to the Facebook account.
Mhm.
So there will be a problem when signing up for the Facebook Pay function when you want to link your Facebook account to your bank account. So I got a
Yeah.
problem with linking it because my name doesn't match the real name, the actual name. So that function for me, I cannot use it. Yeah, so that is one of the downsides of having like a nickname for your personal Facebook account or your business stuff.
True.
Yeah. So usually for like if you want to create an account, most people just use their own name for the account. So you got people like Peter McKinnon, Casey Neistat,
Yeah.
right? Some people maybe they want to use their first name like Genie Boy, then also can. But most people just usually use their real name. So for example, if you want to buy like a domain website, create website, you don't know what to call your website, you just put your real name also. Yeah.
That's
That's what would
interesting.
save time.
Yeah. I'm finding a lot of people in our entertainment who are using the nickname as well. I guess you're on the way there, I would
Mm,
say.
just want to keep a separate profile. So maybe it's like you just want to keep like a separate profile. So maybe some people for the entertainment world they have their own name.
Hmm.
Then for their entertainment side they use a stage name, right? So people like local Malaysians, they also have like their
Hmm.
real name, then their stage name. So just gives a different persona. But then for some people, it's hard to turn it on, turn it off. So they just stick
Yeah.
with their own original name and they just be themselves. So when it comes to doing entertainment stuff, usually it's just like whatever works for the people, okay, whatever works for you, then you just use it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
So remember those days we are talking about the unboxing, right? Tell me
Mm.
about it. Who actually inspired you? Was it Casey Neistat as first place? Was
Mm,
he
I
the first person?
Mm, I think the first person that inspired, maybe motivated to pick up the camera and start making videos is like Casey Neistat because he has a really he makes it seems really easy. Okay, so he makes it seems really easy. When I started watching him is about maybe 2017.
Mhm.
2017 started actively watching him. That time he still has a daily vlog going on. So it's every day he has to make a video, then post it by the next day, I think around 8 a.m. So it's a really, really tough schedule. I also tried to do it myself.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I did it for
How was
Instagram,
it?
IGTV. So it's really, really difficult because you have to still have to work, then you have to maintain your whatever social life, then you also have to go back and edit. So the good thing is when you do this type of daily schedule, it trains you to be faster. So maybe you have some shortcuts prepared. Maybe you didn't know how is the layout, the template of the video. So usually you have a opening shot, then you have the middle portion is your story, then the ending closing shot, something like this. So how Casey Neistat did it, I just copy a bit, take a bit here and there, then make it something that belongs to me. So the most I think I take is his time lapse, the way he used the time lapse to transition between a period of time. So for example, how you're going to use this time lapse is you, for example, you go to a restaurant, you show yourself eating something, then you just cut and you film a time lapse of something. Usually the time lapse is about a location. So when you have the location as the time lapse as the object of the
Yeah,
scene, then you
yeah.
can see the clouds, you can see the people, the traffic all moving really fast. Then
Wow,
it
that's
shows
really
like a passage of time. Then after that you cut back into your closing shot, then you
oh,
just finish the entire scene. So it makes a really smooth process for the viewer, because at the end of the day, when you make the video, it's not for yourself. You used to have to make it, especially if you make it and post it online, you have to make it easy to digest for the people who is watching it. So if the people they are watching it, they're watching all this stuff, if they don't find it easy to digest, then they just stop watching it. So that's why I think Casey
true.
managed to maintain such a consistent basis of maybe around 700,000 to 1 million views. So that is how he did it. And it's really consistent throughout. So you can see his character develop, but then his style is still the same thing. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Well,
that is one.
really, I can hear
Mm.
from what you mentioned here. You're really into his biography, and you really read a lot about him, and you study a lot about him, and you have done so many work in your background. And I look at all your 100 vlogs are really amazing, because even myself do it once a week, it's quite difficult. I mean,
Mm.
I understand the thing is you gotta edit the video. Editing is spend a lot of time in the sense that you're you're posting a video about a minute, but you wouldn't know how many hours you have to spend the time to do the editing and so, and the preparing and the planning, and so wow, it's really stunning. That's why I say that this is a most special guest that really inspired me to make videos. And thanks to you, because without you, the inspiration that you brought me in, I wouldn't be doing Moo every week, up to today. I think about 50 plus episodes. So it's going to be 60 pretty soon. So it's been weekly basis, never stop. So um a part of the inspiration. So let's talk about the habit.
Mm.
I'm curious because you mentioned that you're doing a daily video. So could you share with us what are your daily routine, your habit, and probably from morning, and how do you start all these things? I'm
Mm.
quite
So
curious. Within the 24 hours, how do you
within
manage?
24 hours. Yeah. So
Yes,
when like right now, I don't do it daily because I got other stuff to do. But
yes.
back then, when I was doing it daily, it was just the beginning of the freelance career. So is there's nothing much to do except trying to find some clients, looking for a job, applying for jobs also. So most of the majority of the time is mostly free. But what I did back then, the habits is sort of like when you wake up, usually around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock a.m. Then after that, you feed the cats, then you just see whether
Have
you've got
pets?
something to do. Yeah, they got cats. I got cats.
Wow.
Usually the cats are outsider cats, so it's like stray cats. Then you just put the food out, they will come. And then
Wow.
after that, they will also develop the habits of coming. So they look for the signals, like when you open the door. Yeah. So cats also will develop habits, Especially if you train them properly, then they will listen for the door, then they'll
Yep.
just yeah. So after that, the cats then is usually I spend maybe 1 or 2 hours looking for clients, right? So back then,
Oh,
how I look for clients is I go on to Instagram and just direct message them. Okay, so there's like a starting journey of freelancing. Then after that, usually I cook. So cooking saves a lot of money. So I just spend maybe 3 hours to cook. The most time consuming cooking part is the washing. Yeah, the washing takes a lot of time. Then after that, in the evening, I would start to record maybe like a few sentences of stuff.
mm-hmm.
If I have activities like on special days, maybe I'm going out to KL for a networking event or for some maybe marketing event, okay, then that is going to be whole portion of the vlog, the videos. But then if it's not a special event, then usually I will just say something that I think of in my head, or maybe just
Mm-hmm.
an idea, throw it out into the internet and see how it grows. Then
Mm-hmm.
after that, at night or evening, okay, around 5, 6 p.m., then I'll go running or exercise. After exercise, then eat dinner. Then
Wow.
usually at night.
I gotta stop you right here. You
Mm,
mentioned about exercising.
mm.
So is it going to be you did it like 7 days a week?
Usually exercise around 6 days or 6 days. Then one day will be resting. One day will
Wow.
be
This is
resting.
something that I
Mm,
really want to discuss about because exercising takes a lot of effort, a lot
mm,
of because nobody likes exercising. Do you?
mm.
Do you enjoy it?
It's a habit, so it's like don't really think about like or don't like. It's something that
Mhm.
you just do
Just do it.
when the time comes. Yeah, so it's like a habit really. It's one of those habit. And usually the habit just like around 5:30, 6 o'clock, then you just automatically go and do it. Yeah. So the exercise depends on which type of exercise you do.
Yeah.
Some people go to gym, some people play basketball. Just you choose one and you just do it. So right now I'm just doing running, jogging, or maybe mostly jogging. Yeah, jogging. Then sometimes at home, if I don't go jogging, I just do some pumping. So yeah.
Nice, nice, nice.
Mm,
Great, great. Great to hear that that you are chef or I think most of your routine that you have
mm,
probably it's like something that I still remember I have pets
mm,
myself. Feeding pets, I would say taking care of something that we felt that we have a responsible for those creature, you know. It's
mm,
like you felt the responsibility being taking care of them. So this one thing I really learned that if kids growing up with pets, that would be great because they learn about responsibility, how to take care of them,
mm,
when is the time to feed them, and when is the time to take them above. But of course, cat don't need, right? They know how to clean themselves in terms of hygiene. I do have cats those days. But anyway, I do love pets. I'm a pets lover. And oh gosh, when you talk about pets, I really start to miss
mm.
chocolate. Everyone knows about my chocolate. Those who really came to my house, they really got scared of her. So yeah, so
Mm.
pets are great for in terms of health and everything. It's good, good. So and then you share about the recording part. I'd like
Mm.
to hear more about the recording planning and how many hours that you actually spend a day in terms of
So the entire recording part, usually if like a talking portion,
yeah
just me straight away talk. Usually I record for about 20 minutes. So there's a lot of like because English is not our primary language, so it's more like a second language. Then sometimes you just have those filler words like la, all those things, and you just
yeah
want to make it perfect, so you just find yourself re-recording again. But then as time goes on, just found out that it's just too time consuming, so I just record it maybe first or second take. Yeah, I just stop because if you do 5 or 6, then it's like no point because the basic idea of the vlog is to capture that moment. To capture that moment, you record it and you post it up. So if you just do it for 5 or 6 takes, right? Like each take is just one repetition. So you keep on repeating yourself. It just feels really fake not authentic anymore. So like
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
after the 5 or 6 times, your smile doesn't even be a real smile. It's just maybe like you just showing teeth and not really happy anymore. So that is the type of the type of things you don't want to find yourself getting caught in the loop. So you just try to limit 1 or 2 takes, especially vlogs. If you're making movies or short films, then you can go as long as you want. So after that, the editing part, the most time consuming part would be the subtitles, because if you post it on,
Yeah.
depends on where you post. You post it on Facebook, Instagram, those places people look at your videos, they usually don't have the music or the audio on, right? So like for example,
Oh,
if you scroll Facebook, Instagram right now, your videos they'll automatic play, but then they won't have any music or any audio unless you purposely click onto it. Okay, when you click into it, then the audio will come out. But if you don't have the audio, people will have to have some idea of what you're talking about. So there comes the
yeah.
subtitle. So the type subtitles is quite time consuming. Like if you do it for yourself, maybe not as time consuming because you already know what you want to say. But you do it for other people, then it's very time consuming. But usually 1 minute subtitles back then, if I remember correctly, took about 1 hour just to do the subtitles.
Oh my God, 1 hour.
Mm, one
Just
hour.
1 hour for how many minutes? You?
1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute of talking. So it's like full minute of talking. Don't have other stuff. You usually take 45 minutes, 1 hour. Yeah. But then
Oh,
the easiest part is like drag and drop the music, drag and drop the scenes. That's the
yeah.
easiest part. The subtitles part is difficult. Yeah.
Holy. I
Unless you
guess
have.
we,
Mm,
wow, I guess if you are hired as a subtitle video editor, you could be, wow, could be a very high pay.
okay. For subtitle, it depends on the work. So people like I don't really work as a subtitle person, so I know that people charge based on per words or how many, like it's a
Yeah.
really time consuming job, so they think they charge per words. So for example, per words they charge maybe 20 cents, 50 cents, depending on the script. So they usually have a script. Yeah. So those, I would say the professional one, they usually have a script ready, so they just follow the script, then they just clean it up, the subtitles, then they have it submit. Yeah, but I'm not really familiar with the subtitles, especially for movies, so I don't know how they do it. But it's really manual, so they have somebody doing it, unless they have software that can automatically detect the words that are said. But I think for most part, it's usually somebody there translating and actually typing it out. Mm.
Wow, this is very great insight about it. I
Mm.
can't believe it because a lot of people have been requesting me to put subtitles in my movie video,
Mm.
but I haven't tried it. Haven't tried it. Not really, not intend to, because I find it's like extra work for me. As not to say extra work, because my time is limited in terms
Mm.
of doing recording and readings. For me, I think making a videos, it took a lot of creativity. So I'm going to talk about creativity right now
Mm.
because I realized recently I heard one of the great persons share about the habit of creativity is a need for every teenagers and young people. Why is it so? Because the creativity can actually is a form of habit, and
Mm.
if we can do it in the early of the morning, that would be great, even better, because early in the morning our brain is fresh and very refreshing. So that's why my move video, I did it early in the morning. It's very difficult. It's impromptu. All the content, I think not all, probably about 60% of the content are impromptu. I will modify it and change and so I've realized that as I practice this creativity, as I practice it, the more I practice it, and guess what? When I went to the Toastmaster speaking, Toastmaster, by the way, is a public speaking club. It's a well-known world champion public speaking club. So when I went to the Toastmaster, I attended the table topic session, which is an impromptu speech. And without knowing, I won a lot of impromptu table topic speeches, being the best table topic speaker of the day. So knowing that this form of habit of creativity can actually engage you to think even more fast, more accurate. Not to say accurate, I mean in terms of agility, you can think faster. So I guess being a video, do you agree that being a YouTuber or video or creator and so, we really have to practice form of habit of creativity? Do you agree with that?
Mm,
And does it
yeah,
apply to you?
yeah, it applies, and also there's a lot of okay. Sometimes when you do creativity stuff, right? So
Mhm.
most people they would think about starting from something new, starting from blank page. But usually the way to actually create on a large scale, okay, when you talk about large scale, it's like doing daily stuff. You find that most people that create daily stuff, okay, maybe on YouTube, maybe on Instagram, they usually have some sort of their life be part of the subject. So when you watch like a Casey Neistat vlog or maybe Gary Vaynerchuk stuff, okay, Gary V stuff on YouTube, then you notice that part of their daily content is actually part of their life. So they don't spend a lot of time creating it. They just go through their life, then they
Mhm.
just edit it into a way that people, the audience, actually can digest instead of being like a random mess of scenes here and there, then just a background music. So when you use part of your life as the creative force, okay, so it makes a lot of stuff easier. So what I mean is like some examples, okay, maybe you are like an artist, okay, an artist. So the way you make content as an artist, you just go and make daily vlogs of yourself, okay. Maybe you go and buy some paint, okay, maybe buy some, so those special paint. I know one of them is called gouache. Okay, gouache is like, how you say, oil paste color. So it's like
Yeah.
when you color it, it actually becomes hard. And when it hard, it becomes like a really nice texture. So it gives your painting, your stuff, a 3D effect. Maybe it's like an oil painting, something like that. Okay, so continue. When you actually go about your day, like creating, buying stuff, looking for paintbrush, example, then you make it into a daily content. You don't find yourself thinking about what to create. It's more like you record, then after that you go into editing and just make it a really smooth sequence. So
Yeah.
you can do it for a lot of stuff, okay? Not just for artists. Maybe if you have a boring job, you can just go and record your start of the day,
Yeah.
record your your feelings of the day, then
Yeah.
end with something of the day, what you learn, what you reflect. Okay. So there's another interesting person that I saw on YouTube.
Yeah.
He is actually like a courier service delivery person. Okay. So
Oh.
he delivers your daily stuff, deliver your Amazon, your Lazada stuff. Okay. Then you just make a vlog. The vlog is interesting because you want to know, interesting for certain people. Maybe I find it interesting only. So you just go and look at his day, how he deliver his
Mm-hmm.
purchases, deliver his stuff to the customers. Then after that, you notice he talks about different stuff. So one day he might talk about how to drive without GPS. The other day he will talk about how to deliver stuff when it's raining. So you got a lot of different examples. Then you notice he don't actually create. He's more like just telling his day-to-day stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
because it's so unique in a way that not a lot of people is a delivery person. So you just got
Yeah.
like a niche audience, a really small audience, but it's small enough that he is happy with it, then it's okay. Those
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
stuff.
I
So,
guess.
mm,
Yeah. I guess this part really tell us that our life is more relatable if we able to put into a video, even much easier. People would actually love to watch it rather than we trying to create something very fake out of nowhere, right? Yeah. So from here, I really learned something new from you, and also reminds me how we actually play the scene. Those days we had the scene, and how we actually, how I recall how we build up the people's life, and actually we can do the same by building up our own self. right? For example, I'm going to create a story of Eric for today, Monday to Friday, what he's going to do. So rather than creating it, you just mentioned that we put into a lifestyle that makes people interested what you are doing,
Mm.
how much, I mean, what kind of the things that we do, would it impact towards to the society? Would it share a value to the people out there? I mean, how difficult it is to be a delivery, not easy. Okay, so probably, yeah. So you even share a lot of things about Casey Neistat. I guess being influential, I think he's kind of busy, very packed with his life. But I heard that he was married and then he got some kids and so on. And then after that, his video slowed down a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is
Yeah.
like, it depends on, okay, this is where some content creators they hit a problem, all right? So if you're doing it everything on your own, then you have to expect some slowdown, okay? Because you are not doing video creating for your living, okay? And what I mean your living is like you're not being paid to make videos,
Yeah.
right? So these videos, I think for majority of the people watching, they are not being paid to make videos. They just do it as like a side thing, do it for hobby,
Hobby.
okay?
Yes.
And for people like Casey Neistat, right? So they also have business to run, they have families to take care of. There comes a point when you, okay, the people watching this also have to prioritize the hobby, prioritize your life, prioritize your career. So it's
Mhm.
understandable if you actually make videos yourself, okay? You
Yep.
actually understand how Casey Neistat goes through
Yep.
this type of stuff. So because I also make it and I also work, like this is not my full income thing, right? So
Mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
also still have other work outside of making videos. So I still have to attend to that. So sometimes you have to push the videos to the side. But
Yep.
when you do that, okay, when you're not consistent, it will slow you down. So maybe you should be growing faster, but then you suddenly take a
All
break,
right.
right?
So
Just
when you're slowing down, I'm going to stop you here because
mm,
I really wanted to hear a lot about slowing down. So many people are sharing about positive thing in the social media. Let's talk about all this hardship. When you're
mm.
slowing down, what really motivates you and keeps you going?
So okay, when you slow down, there's a few reasons, right? So one of them is like you lost track of your goals. So
Yep.
lost track of your goals is usually one of the big reason. The
Mhm.
second one is usually related to the lost track of your goals, or if your goals is having to have this certain number of subscriber, viewers, likes for each video, then you find yourself suddenly you're not attracting that numbers, you're not hitting the expectation, you slow down because
So how do you deal with it?
yeah. So the first one is like you forgetting your goals, right? You have to remember what what do you actually set out in the first place when you start making videos, right? Is to just record your voice, upload your videos, your thoughts to the world. So next time when you pass on, you still have like a footprint onto the internet world, right?
Wow.
So that is something sometimes you have to refresh, okay? So it's not for making money, it's just for leaving a footprint here and there, right? So maybe
Wow.
YouTube will have some, maybe Instagram will have some, but it depends because like when you talk about YouTube, Instagrams, all this stuff, it's not forever. So like people remember Friendster, MySpace suddenly come and gone, right? So YouTube will also be the same. But the skills that you learn, okay, the communication skills, the editing skills, your understanding of how to tell a good story, those stuff will stick with you. So even if the platform moved on, you can still use all those hard
Yeah.
skills to continue onto the next platform. Maybe you got VR platform, whatever platform of the future, right?
Amazing.
So the second thing is about numbers, right? So when if your videos not hitting a certain number, not getting maybe 1,000 views, 1,000 subscribers, like those are the numbers that you have to ask yourself why. Why is it so important for you to hit those numbers? Do you want to earn the advertising money, or do you just want to attract a huge
Mhm.
enough influence? Like that type of question you have to ask yourself. Nobody can answer it for you. right? If you want the advertising money, then maybe you have to adjust. Okay, maybe talk about topics that people would be interested in listening from you, or maybe you have to have some good titles, good thumbnails for your videos, because thumbnail actually matters. So people would look at the thumbnail and just judge based on the thumbnail. So you have to keep that in mind. Then those are the things that help you get past all those down moment, slowing
Yeah.
down. Yeah, sometimes you slow down also because you're tired. So when you're tired, maybe it's like you can go and take a rest, right?
Yeah.
Unless you have a big team, you can just have somebody to edit your videos and stuff. But if you're doing it alone,
Yeah.
it's understandable. Yeah.
I agree. You know, even myself, I have the same feeling like you. I got
Mm,
slowed down. So what do I do when I slow down? I might move. If you notice, some of the videos only run for 1 minute. So
mm,
usually, if you catch any Moo episode that's only lasts for 1 minute or
mm,
even less than that, those are the days that I'm really so tired, but I have to still keep going. I understand the mention you the purpose
mm.
of why we actually started this video. It is because we want to share value to the people. And of course, wow, you are so great. You want to leave a footprint. I haven't reached that level yet. That's such a great legacy that you wanted to form. Um, Also, I find that downtime is very difficult to. I mean, we are humans after all. We got emotions. We got and so we got unforeseen event. And recently, I found something new whereby I would like to share with all the audience who are listening right now, especially, and also want to share with you where Benjamin Franklin has 13 values. So I actually took up one of his value to put it into a habit. Again, we are a creature of habit. We're talking about habit. So he actually keep track of his habit, whether every day did he actually achieve this 13 virtue. So one of the virtue is very interesting. It's called tranquility. I'm not sure whether did I pronounce it correctly, but it mentions that be not disturbed by any accidents or any common or unavoidable events. So meaning to say that if you are given a lemon, people throw lemons to you, or and some unfortunate event happens to you, or people laugh you, or people throw some bad words about you, talk bad about you, or people just stab you at the back, or it could be someone just fire you from a job, or someone just kick you off from the team, and so and so. All these things could be happening anytime, any second. But if we have this tranquility that actually Ben Frank shared, that if we're able to practice this habit, isn't it amazing? We are all control about anything that's going to happen. And also when we think back and look back, what is the actual purpose we did and we make all this video. And from there, and these two combination, if we make it perfectly nice, I guess that's the reason why we are creature of habit. If we got all this amazing habit, we can keep practicing. Wow, I was like so motivated that day, and onwards, I keep on practice, and practice. I must say, I must be very thankful to Benjamin Franklin. So, right, so we just done the part of habit. So now it's going to be year 2020. It's going to be a very special year for everyone because it's like a 2020. It's double 20. So what do you think? You have learned within before we go into the goals, let's share about how much we have been grateful for 2019. Right. So what do you felt that you have achieved in this 2019? For me, I guess I did more than 50 episodes of Moo and close to, and I kind of lost count how many posts I had posted. Every week I post three. So some people, including yourself, have asked me, wow, Eric, how do you manage to do that? So I told myself at the first day I started this, it's a promise to myself saying that this is a form of habit. Am I going to do it consistently? Because I have formed a habit of creativity first. Second, I would like to form a habit to share a great value, what I have learned from the book on a podcast and share it out to the audience. So this is one of the great achievements I had in 2019. Right. Let's hear from you. What about you, Gan? What
Mm.
do you, what are the achievements you have done in 2019?
So got multiple achievement, not
Yeah.
necessarily related to YouTube or stuff. But then for YouTube, to be honest, I just stopped making videos. Like there's no consistency in my YouTube.
Oh,
So you can just see that maybe for 1 month, 2 months, like 1 month, one video, so something like that. So you can just look at the action, right? Instead of people saying you want to do this, do that, you just look at their action. So you just look at my action, you can tell that I'm not being consistent on YouTube. But then for other aspect, right, for other parts of the life, so 2019 got a lot of stuff. Yeah, got a lot of stuff I did. So got work related, got video related, career related. Okay, so one of the video related, okay, so actually come out and just started making videos for other people, so not myself, okay, so not
mhm.
only make it for myself, make it
Great.
for small businesses, make it for other content creators, also work with other people, so like a digital agency, also work with some of them, work with one of them, so got experience different type of scenarios, like actually going on the spot to film interviews, then after that go back and edit it, then also got experience of taking other people's work and edit it myself, okay, so that is some of the good achievement. Then other things also, like just have to continue to learn. So okay, there comes a point, right, when you are doing well in your career. So to
Yeah.
people that are watching it right now, you comes a point, you think you're doing well in your career, okay, everything's going smoothly, then suddenly you hit a point that you are not doing enough. Then you can start to notice that other people is going forward. They have other stuff, like for example, accountants, they have exam levels that they keep on passing and passing. Then for some of the jobs or for some certain careers, right, like making videos, you just hit a certain point that it's not going to bring you to the next level. That's not going to bring you to your next goals or your ambitions. So you just have to take time and just study another course, take up another skill to make yourself a better, well-rounded person. So you cannot just rely on one skill to continue your career. So right now I'm just going to try and study and learn from the internet online courses about Google Ads, right? So next time I can do
Wow.
digital marketing also. Yeah. Mm.
Wow. So I guess you have achieved a lot of in terms of career and servicing the community, I would say, in
Mm,
general. You're
not,
giving out
not,
you're
not,
providing
mm,
a great
not as
service.
much
Yeah.
as you expect, but then it's like a handful of amount. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it's after all, we are somehow at the end of the day, we just come with the purpose of service. Because recently, I think I told you this before,
Mm,
whereby a kids, I think I heard this from the podcast as well. Yeah, yeah, exactly from the podcast, saying that a kid's actually watching a Donald Duck was crying on the TV, and she actually took up a tissue and wiped off the tears on the TV screen. So could you imagine a small girl that doesn't know how to talk, but they know how to act at servicing? So I guess that is our nature. So in that sense that I felt that your achievement has been doing so great. You share, I mean, before this call started, you told me that you work for people for voluntary without getting a pay and so
mm,
and so. So I guess this one part of the duty that you make for the people out there with all your editing skill, I find that your editing skill is very amazing, very catching. Even I trying to keep up, but at the end of the day, I told Gan, you pick up the editing skill so fast. I can't really keep up because I felt so I'm not easy to do the editing. It's very difficult, but you spend a lot of time doing it, I think this is one thing really amazing, that, and then you share your skill by helping this company, these people, businesses. So wow, thankfully that you share this great 2019 achieve. And of course, we
Mm.
have our own achievement. We talk about past, and we knowing that we have all these skills and experience in the present. We have a past and we have a present. And
Mm.
let's talk about future. 2020, how many days more? Let's see. I think about today is 29, so about 2 more days to go.
Mm.
So are you excited for 2020?
Not really excited. So it's just like the same normal day, right? You just
Same
keep
number day.
on, yeah, same normal day. So you don't really feel, I don't feel that much excited. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, the internet connection or something.
Connected. So I'm feeling very excited for 2020.
Mm.
So I think we're going to end this quite pretty soon, which is where we're going to share our goals and our audience also, if they would like to comment. I do appreciate that you're able to share your goals. Then when you write it down, when you speak it out, it sounds like a promise that you make for yourself. So I do
Mm.
hope everyone can remember on this. So where's your, before you share, I think I will put in my goal first.
Mm.
My first goal would definitely be to achieve humorous, a sense of humor inside my video, whereby I realized my movie video tends to be very serious, very serious. People couldn't catch it, and the interest is not there. So in order to put that up, I would like to sharpen up my next level, whereby I could actually make people laugh in the video and make jokes about it. Because nowadays people love watching and reading 9gags video or posts. Don't you agree?
Mm.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
So what are your 2020 goals?
So you can talk about different goals. So for me, it's like if you talk about career goals, there are some. So you can hit, like you have to hit certain monetary job values or client values or certain like monetary goals in mind. Then another part is like maybe you want to have more clients or maybe you want to try to charge more. But for myself, it's just like a consistent monthly income revenue type of thing. So just enough to cover and maybe earn a bit of profit also. Yeah, then for video goals, just want to try and make some short films, like short story
Mhm.
videos. Yeah, so videos that actually have a story within it. So those type of short films, maybe 1 or 2 minutes long, 3 minutes maximum. Don't have to be 15 minutes. So it's just like a story inside. So it's not me running around doing this and stuff. So maybe have a character, a story, then make it into like an actual film, actual short film, something
Wow.
like that. Yeah, those are one of the goals. Then other
Oh, that's
goals also
wonderful.
have here and there. Yeah, still got many small goals, little goals. Yeah.
Great. You're definitely
Mm.
gonna have a lot of goals. And I do look forward for your next more goals writing out. I guess you're gonna put it in a video. And probably myself, I'm gonna make one of the video about goals,
Mm.
because it's like when you set up a goal, you put it on the wall, it's like you're gonna do it. It's like if you don't do it, you're gonna betray yourself. So that's what I felt. Yeah. So yeah, this is what I learned from the
Mm.
habit. So another great achievement I made in 2019. I need to go back there, whereby I wanted to share a little bit more about goal and achievement, because it's very important. It's something I learned from one of my coach. So
Mm.
in 2019, about goal, journaling is a very great habit, whereby you put a lot of promise and goals, whereby you put into a journal, and when you saw it, you read through it, or even you paste it on the wall, you felt like, if you never do it, you feel guilty. That's the reason why there's one thing we call it a system. So this is one thing I learned from one of the great mentor, where whereby it's good to have a system that we're able to do it consistently every day. Take for example, I told myself I'm going to make new video every Friday. Or I put a goal that I'm going to make 50 new video. So just imagine if I really did 50 episode of new video, so what's next? Is Eric going to stop there? Is Eric going to continue? Or Eric going to tell himself that I'm so tired to continue this video? Or compared to the first goal that I actually made, I'm going to make more every Friday. So these are the two system goals. If you notice, if you're able to make it into a habit, do it consistently, and you notice that these goals is keep on moving until you have no idea where is it going to end. No idea. You felt the motivation, keep on doing it, rather than you put yourself, I'm going to achieve 50 episodes of Move. Don't you find it very amazing?
Yeah.
This one thing I learned in 2019. I was shocked because I didn't know that actually I formed a new habit system. In other words, it's like a systematic goals. It makes me keep on doing my video. And if you asked me earlier the other day, why am I having this consistency doing it? Because I have told myself, two posts a day, 2 posts a week, or one move, and one move every week. So basically, a week I have 3 posts. I'm going to do it every week consistently, regardless whether I'm busy, I'm upset, I have downtime. Those are things that is going to be an excuse that I'm not going to let my excuse to stop me doing it. So this is one of the great achievement. Also, I hope that next 2020, I'm going to form a new kind of habit of system to incur something new into this thing. Because I realized when I start losing weight already, now I gain back my weight, probably because my goal stops. I did not have the goal that doing running at least one running a week. If I'm able to tell myself, Eric, you need to run at least once a week. Wow, if you're able to do that every week, non-stop, nobody can stop you. Even the holidays, the long holidays, the Chinese New Year, or whatsoever, or Christmas holiday, you're still going to do it. Because you know why? You just set the goal. I'm going to do it every week. Wow. So I guess our video ends here. So what else do you want to ask me? Do you have any question before we end this? Probably one or
Any
two
questions?
questions. Yeah.
Don't know. Never prepared the questions, so I don't know what to ask. Yeah. But something that most people don't talk about, right?
Yeah.
For the goals, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like when you set the goals and you don't do it, right? So a lot of people don't talk about it.
Mhm.
It's not a really interesting subject, not a really attractive subject, but
Yeah.
then you got some theories, right? Everybody has theories like why you didn't do your goals. So
Yeah.
one of the theories is that maybe the goal that you set out isn't actually your goal, right? So that is something that most people, maybe the people who are watching it until now, after maybe like 50 minutes, they are still watching it. Yeah, so maybe if you find yourself not doing that goal, you can consider thinking that goal might not be yours. So
Yeah.
that is one of the reason why you're not doing it.
Exactly.
But because when you find out that sometimes when you set the goals right, you have to ask yourself why, right? When you ask yourself why, you can go deeper and deeper. So for some companies, like how they set the goals, they actually ask themselves why for 6 times. Okay, they can go 6 levels deep. So for example, if you have a goal that you want to make 100,000, then you ask yourself, why do you want to make 100,000? Okay, so maybe you got answers like, for example, you want to pay back somebody, pay back your family, pay back your school debt, school fees, and all those stuff. So that is one of the reasons. So then you ask yourself why again. why do you want to be in a rush to pay it back? Then you'll find yourself answering, maybe because I want to have my life back, maybe because I want to have some, give back the family earlier a bit because they are getting older, something like this. So you ask yourself another why. Are they really expecting you to pay back? Then after that, you ask yourself another level why. So do you actually know, like the family, what your job, what your boss expect of you? So you can go deeper. Then you find out that the original goal of that 100,000 or whatever amount or whatever goal you set out, that is not actually your goal. Then that final deepest level, that might actually be your true accurate goal. So that is something that you can think of, because when I realized that the goals that I set out doesn't belong to me, then when you ask yourself why, you can actually find more and more actual goals. Yeah.
Wow, that's very deep. I really like the way you dive in here and so deep. And from here, I really learned a lot. You mentioned something here. Is it for the people or is it for ourselves? So at the end of the day, I realized the goal is always for ourselves. It never lasts. If it's for people, someone that we love, our family, our friends, I guess that's really keeps us going. One of the really motivate me keeps on going because I do it for people, not for me. So that's the reason why I posted about Moon, about my content, my pictures, just telling the awareness of time, value, or anything I would like to have to share it to people. So, great. More just now you mentioned we have spoken more than 50 minutes. So
Yeah.
let's end this one of the great one. And what is it going to be the best thing that you would say for yourself? You have to keep moving no matter whatever happens to you. What would you say the best thing to yourself early of the day?
Best thing to myself.
Yeah.
Don't really find myself saying best thing to myself, so cannot think of something. Yeah.
What okay, let's rephrase this question. What would you tell yourself saying that, okay, something that you need to do it right now, but somehow this thing telling you it's not yours, but you're demotivated, but you still have to do it regardless what happened. So what would you say to this to motivate yourself, to inspire yourself? How do you do that?
Just go do. Just go do.
Just go do it. That's Galading. Just go do it. That's his motivation. Right. Thanks. Thanks. So let's end this call. And I hope everyone have a great new year and happy new year coming soon in 2 days. Thank you very much, Galading, to being here with
Thank
us.
you. Thank you,
Thank you
Alex.
for sharing. Right. Okay.
Yeah.